Hello YouTube, this is Ken Apocalypse, and today I'm bringing to you, I'm a little bit late on this one, but it's a QN90C. And the reason I'm doing a video on this one, because I've only seen a couple, 2, 3 good videos on this TV, but I don't think it does it justice. Of course, they say it's not OLED. It's not an OLED. If you're expecting OLED blacks, then buy an OLED. But if you're expecting a bright, crisp picture that gets very, very close to OLED, I would say go this route. This one, I think the nits ratings in movie mode, according to ratings.com, is 1900 nits on a 10% window, maybe a 2% window. So needless to say, it gets plenty bright. The only thing that I've seen problems with this TV is in dark situations where there's not very much going on the screen, the local dimming wants to take it way down. And when it takes it way down, it kind of crushes the specular highlights. Like if you got a single flame on the TV and the local dimming kicks in, it makes it darker. So it kind of makes it look dulled out. Not to the point that you can't see it, but to the point that you know that the local dimming's kicking in. Now, don't get me wrong, the picture on this thing is phenomenal. And what I'm talking about is just a very few instances. I'd say if you watch Game of Thrones or something like that, I forgot what episode it was, but it was the very dark scene. Yeah, that would probably take a hit pretty good. But other than that, I've watched hours and hours on this. One thing I do like about it is if you have Xbox and you have the Game Pass, you can come here, download the Xbox app, which the Xbox app is already on here, and you can sit here and stream all these cloud games. And there's some good ones. There's the new Forza Motorsport. I gotta try that. Haven't tried it yet. But there's other things on here. This one in particular, excuse me, sorry. This one right here. Don't want to install it. But let me tell you about this. This is Ant Games Arcade. If you're an old school gamer like I am, and when I say old school, I'm talking about Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man. Let's see if it's got it down here. Yeah, Ant Stream. And this is what all it has. Pac-Man, Double Dragon, R-Type, Super Star Wars. So it's got Super NES, it's got Atari, it's got NES games on here. Quite a few things. And if you're an old school gamer like I am, this is very enjoyable because it's the actual ROMs that AntStream is putting through the system. You can play it right here on your TV. All you have to do, what you do is you go to connected devices. Let's see here. So if I go all the way to the top, right there, you can add a controller, Bluetooth controller, which a Xbox Series X and S controller will work. So you Bluetooth it there and you can play the games. That's really how you play the Xbox games, is you have to have that controller. Of course, this one's got ambient mode. Of course, all your media. And then you can go to your settings, which they pop up down here. You can see how it dimmed down right there. Go to all settings. I don't know what that is on the TV, but anyway, in picture mode, of course you got the standard dynamic filmmaker mode. But I did notice in this, they did a couple updates. One of them is the fact that you can do auto remastering, HDR remastering, which will try to convert SDR into HDR, kind of HDR picture quality, which, it's not hard to do, but it's not the best at it either, because I've seen it. But HDR mapping. You got the difference between static or active. Not on here because this is an HDR. But when you go to that, when you I take it off of static because static is dull. Put it on active when you have the chance. And of course, you have your sound, you have your connections, just basic stuff. I'm not going to go through all this with you because, if you're watching this video, it's because you are looking for this TV. You're wanting to see what other people say about this TV. I will say this, Spectrum has a deal with Samsung and formerly Roku also to have their streaming app. So if you have Spectrum service like I do, you don't have to download an app. You don't have to use an external device. The Spectrum app is on here. So you can just watch it straight from the TV. I know that LG, Sony, TCL, Hisense, none of them have it. But Samsung does, which is, it's one big perk of having a Samsung. I wanted to go into a couple things. Tell you what, I'll go into this real quick. I'm not going to waste everybody's time. I'm just going to tell you that, as you can see, also it has a great anti-reflective coating. It's got a glossy screen on it, which I think adds to the picture quality. But I will say that when you're streaming something like, okay, let's go to Obi-Wan. And let's continue, but we need to mute it. Oh, what did I do? I brought up the guide, I'm sorry. There we go. My bad. Okay, let's mute it here. Of course, you have ads. Actually, we're not going to wait on the ad. Let's go to something I know is going to play right off the bat. I think they've ruined things like Disney Plus and Netflix and Prime and everything by adding ads. I know they have to make their money somehow, but for what they charge every month, you would think that would be good. Okay, let's see here. Now that, I want to show you, that is crystal clear. You can see every stitch over here. You can see every stitch in her, whatever that is. You can see every blade of grass. You can see the little specks of dirt. It's very detailed and very bright. And this is playing in HDR 10 plus. I'm sorry, just regular. I think this is regular HDR. Let me look here real quick. I don't want to lie to you. Yeah, and that's standard HDR, and it's that bright. I don't know if my phone can capture it, but it is very, very bright. Another one, let's see. Another one I like to look at, just for the simple fact of it's very, very detailed. And let's see if I can get to it faster right here. Yeah, It's a very dark. I just want to show you this. I don't want to get busted for this, but shoot. Things ain't going my way today. Let's hope I don't get copyrighted for this, because I really want to show you. Okay. This is super bright. It's not picking it up correctly off my phone, but this right here is like bright white. I mean, it looks like it would send you. This right here, all the stitching and stuff is coming through very clear. You can actually see the thread right here. I mean, that's how detailed this TV is. It's a great TV. I highly recommend it. If you want to go, a lot of people's going TCL QM8 or U8K, which they're good TVs. But Samsung, their processor, kind of like Sony, their processors are not going to be beat. I'm sorry. You can invest millions and millions of dollars in R&D, and you're still not going to come close, because these guys have been in it longer. Samsung's been in it forever. Sony's been in it forever. LG, not so much, but they got a decent processor. But this TV, it has the best processor until you go to the Neuro Quantum, which is what is in the new OLEDs, Samsung OLEDs. Like I said, if you want OLED blacks, get an OLED. But this one, I mean, you're going to come very, very close. And when I say very close, there's some point in time that I'm watching it that I'm not sure that if it's an OLED or if it's a mini LED. By the way, yes, this is a mini LED. This isn't a regular LED TV. So, what I suggest is go to the store, see it for yourself. I got this one at Best Buy on a very hefty discount because it was an open box. I ain't gonna lie, I got this thing for around $1,000, and it's a $2,199 TV if you buy it brand new. Just because it was open box. Nothing wrong with it. I just caught the right place at the right time that was wanting to unload it because they was bringing the new models in. But go to the store, go to Best Buy, check them out side by side. I guarantee you won't be disappointed. This one has near OLED blacks. However, it has a lot more brightness than the Samsung OLEDs, even the S95C. So go check it out if you want a bright, colorful, vivid TV. This is the one I would recommend above all else because of how bright it gets, how colorful it is. And Samsung prides themselves on being a bright TV. If you're going to have a dark room with not a lot of windows, then I would probably go with an OLED, because OLEDs don't get bright. They get plenty bright for an OLED, the Samsungs do. But they're more for a theater type room with no windows. This one right here, we have it in our living room, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 windows and a sliding glass door that's shining on it right now. And the only one that you can see is the window that's behind me. So I highly recommend it. You know, don't take my word for it. Go out and see it for yourself. But, you know, this is Ken Apocalypse. Sorry I've been gone for a while. Like and subscribe to my channel, and I will be doing more videos here in the near future.